it going, guys? Rogelio Diaz here, and this is going to be my first journal entry that I've ever made. Honestly, don't know how many more I'm going to make, but it's just something that I feel intuitively I like to do, right? And the main reason is to help you navigate through your journey as I'm navigating through mine, and being extremely vulnerable, being raw, just telling the truth of my own processes in my life. And again, in hopes that that'll help you. That'll help you kind of connect your own puzzle pieces, maybe from your childhood, maybe right now. But the point is, we're going to grow together, right? And these past couple of months, I feel the biggest wound or thing that I've been healing through is self-worth. Self-worth that in regards to feeling like you're enough, right? Getting to the next level and not letting the self-sabotaging ways get the best of me. I haven't raised my prices, guys, in 4 years. 4 years. For 4 years, I went. The first time I ever charged for monthly coaching was 300, and then I went to 500. And this year, I decided, you know what, it's time. Like, if I were to have a client tell me, Roy, I haven't raised my prices in 4 years, what do I do? I'd be mind blown, right? I'd be like, what are you doing? What's going on? But when I sat with it and I realized, like, yeah, it comes down to the self-worth. So this is a year that I doubled my prices, and it feels so good. It feels so good to actually charge what I'm worth, in a sense, and to actually see it. I was looking at a video from the other day, from a video that I did talking about my one-on-one sessions. And I remember beating myself up so bad and thinking, this is trash. Like, dude, you got to redo it. The lighting is off. You didn't say this right. And I watched it the other day, and I was just like, hold on, Roy. This was pretty good. It wasn't as bad as, my previous self saw it. And that's when I started to click, like, Roy, you're growing. You're enough for where you're at. You're enough for the next level. And you don't have to self-sabotage and let these fears get in the way. And it's crazy because I recently got out of debt, last year, and I can feel, like, again, the unconscious limiting beliefs coming back of there's always something. Oh, it's too good to be true, right? And what do you know? I ended up getting a flat tire after I got out of debt. I ended up my freaking charging cable for my laptop broke while I was doing the session. I accidentally ran over it with with the chair and my office chair. And I'm like, what is going on, right? When I got that flat tire, not only did I have to pay for a new tire, I had to get that shit towed. And it's like the unconscious beliefs are showing up. And I got aggressive. I got angry at that point. I'm like, this is not who I am anymore. This isn't true. This is something that was created years ago that I'm still believing. And what helped me change my own process, my own way of thinking about it, was like, no, it just happened. It is what it is, right? It's life. Or not it's life, but things happen. And it's okay. I'm going to handle it. I'm going to deal with it. But I'm not going to play a fucking victim. Again, that's what I would normally do. So it's like work in the process. When you interrupt those patterns, it's when the true change occurs. And I realized I didn't have to keep believing who I was. And I can change it now. Every day is a new day of life. When it really comes down to it, right? So it's just, we don't change our world by trying to change it outside of ourselves. It always comes in here. And if you're willing to sit down, talk to yourself. I always tell my clients, like, you're physically having a conversation with me, but in all reality, you're talking to yourself. You're giving yourself your own clarity, your own solutions, right? You're doing the inner work for you. So even right now, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also talking to myself, right? And it's crazy how all this stuff that we believed was who we were, right? It was such a part of our identity. It was such a part of who we were in that time. And we carry that with us. And it's so limiting. It distorts the way you view yourself, what you feel is possible for you. But when you challenge it, when you face the fucking fear, and you don't care about the result. You don't care about what happens. The only thing that matters is that you get it done, that you face that fear. You're going to have a pride. You're going to have confidence that you didn't have before. And it's going to ripple into every area of your life. And that's what I realized. That's what I realized after I overcame and I changed that belief of, oh, there's always something else coming in, right? It can't be that good. And the self-worth wound of, I can't raise my prices. It just showed me how I've been looking for fearful stories to justify the limiting belief. And that's what we do, right? That's what we do. And if you can just look for the good, if you can view it through the lens of your higher self, of the greater self, it's going to be a lot easier to actually see the truth, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. I hope it helps you, and maybe you're working through self-worth wounds as well. But I think there's so much opportunity when the more intense the emotion is, because your subconscious, your spirit is, in a sense, almost, it's forcing you, but it's like pushing you, more pushing you and guiding you towards change, towards what you actually want. But you have to walk through the fire. You have to go through it, right? You have to process it, feel it. And once you realize, like, the monster, it's not even big. It's not what we imagined it to be in our mind, because how intense the fear was. You realize you could have faced it a while ago. You realize that you aren't the shadow, right? And it's paradoxical, because you are, but also you think that darkness is you, when all reality, what's underneath the darkness, what's behind it, the light, is why the shadow was there in the first place, why the trauma is there in the first place, because it's here to help you grow, to acquire wisdom, to learn more about yourself. But if you identify with the parts that you repress and reject, and you're like, oh, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, right? I'm this, I'm that. Of course you're not going to want to accept yourself. But when you go deeper, you realize that you're so much more, that there's so much light trying to be shown if you were to walk through the darkness. Again, I hope this helped, guys. Leave your comments below. Let me know if it did. I'll keep doing them. But just wanted to share a bit more of my life to help you on your journey.